All right, guys, so let's look at the piano modes today, right? And so today we are diving into the modes, and we're gonna be looking. I'm not gonna get into all of them. So, what are modes? Modes are like flavors of a scale. They are built by starting the major scale from different degrees, right? In this lesson, we're using F sharp major as our starting point, and the F sharp major scale is F sharp. G sharp, A sharp. You should already know that. So we have like seven modes, right? That are gonna be derived from this F sharp. We have the F sharp Ionian, we have the G sharp Dorian, we have the A sharp Phrygian, we have a B Lydian, we have a C sharp Mixolydian, we have a D sharp Ionian, and then we have an F sharp Locrian. So each of these modes gives your playing complete different feel, even though they use the same note. So if you will look at, for instance, the Phrygian mode, right? Like I said, we are in the key of F sharp here, right? So how am I gonna be able to identify my Phrygian mode in F sharp? I'm gonna look at the scale that is using F sharp node as the third node, right? And then if I look into the, let me just see, it's gonna be okay, this one here. So what is this now scale that I've just identified? So basically I can just take it from because by this is F sharp, so it takes me to D, right? Because D is this one. Wait, sorry. This is your D, right? So now how I can incorporate, and let me just show you that this indeed is a Phrygian mode. So I'm just going to take it from here, from F sharp, and then from F sharp I'm playing the scale of D, and you'll see it's going to give me the Phrygian mode, right? It's an F sharp Phrygian mode, and you see also it sounds different. Like look at this, right? Probably mostly you hear this in a Spanish movie. For me personally, it gives me, something that I've heard maybe in a Spanish movie. Right? And I will also show you how you can incorporate this in a song. But first, make sure that you know your scales first, because this is only gonna make sense if you know all, the 12 keys, right? And so this is basically like we are borrowing keys from Adam, or we're borrowing chords, right, from other keys, right? And as I said, we are right now F sharp, and we're gonna borrow from D, right, which is this one here, right? It's already forming something there. We lift him higher, and I'm just demonstrating how you can use this. We lift him higher, we lift him higher, we lift him higher. When the praises goes up, His glory come down. Oh, so I usually use this to close the song, right, without actually changing anything on the progression of the song. So I'll just use this maybe to close the song. So, and that's how I get to use the Phrygian mode when I'm playing in F sharp, or it can either be in any key. Let's go to C. All right, let's go to C. All white notes key. So in this case, then I'm gonna look at this fine. Which scale is using C as the third note? And I'm gonna go backward to see this. So I'm gonna so this fine. Right? 1, 2, 3. It's giving me A flat or G sharp. Right? same thing, but now I'm on C, right? Right? Can we make this into a progression that you play maybe during worship or maybe during intercession? But this, if you wanna like improve your playing and you're tired of just playing within the same scale, if you're in C, just playing, can borrow from other keys, and that's also gonna change your playing or improve your playing as well. It also gives you a better understanding of how these keys you can collaborate them as you play, or how they relate to each other. And we can do, let's just close this off, let's do the same thing with C sharp, right? So now I need to identify which key is using C sharp as the third note, right? Or which is three in that note, and that is C sharp. I hope I make sense. So I'm gonna do the same thing that I've been doing for other keys. So I'm gonna say, okay, it's fine. This is my C sharp here. Skipping a note. I'm skipping a note, right? And what is it giving? It's giving me A. And you'll notice throughout, right? And here's the thing, right? When I was in F sharp, I was using 2 1, right? So I was using basically the second. I was using the second note of that key that I was borrowing from, and the first note of it. You don't have to play those notes specifically. You can literally play. Let me go back to F sharp, right? And I'm borrowing from G, right? I mean, it depends on what you're playing. It depends on what you're speaking. There are no rules. I'm just used to playing this one here, borrowing 2 and 1 and resolving it to 1 when I'm borrowing from other keys. And I was on C sharp. I did not forget. We identify that we're gonna be borrowing from A, right? If I was to do the same thing, and now I need to play the second note and the first note. The second note is this one, so it's gonna be, see that? Right. And that was just the Phrygian mode that you can use. And like I said, there are 7 modes. So we have a Dorian, we have Mixolydian. So you wanna can explore